What's going on, fellas? Got a question from one of my buddies. He asked, why do women feel entitled to a man's wealth even though she wasn't there to build it with him? Even though she wasn't there from the beginning while he was making all this money up and getting on his grind. Fellas, answer is simple. Social conditioning and feminism. Ever since a woman is a little kid, she's always given everything. She has not earned jack shit. A woman is born and a man is made. When she was a little girl, her parents would just say, oh, she's just a little girl, give her the toy. Give her a little bit more milk. Give her this, give her that. She's just a little girl. Her daddy was there to help her out while she was in college. And everything from a little girl up till her college point, everything was paid for. Her first phone, her first car, her car insurance, her car gas, her clothes, everything was paid for. She was sponsored by her parents. Now, yes, you might say, well, there's boys out there who are like that too. Guys with rich parents, right? But here's where it differs. A guy doesn't get other people's validation on top of his parents sponsoring him. See, when a woman goes through puberty, she finally starts developing some sort of breasts or whatnot. She starts to be noticed in her society. Her uncles, creepy uncles, even start noticing her. So do all the other boys in her school. So not only she's being sponsored by her parents and getting what she wants from her parents, but also guys out and about are wanting to do above and beyond stuff for her, are willing to go above and beyond for her. What do you think that does to a woman's psychology when she experiences that years after years? Simple. She thinks she's the prize. Little does she know the reason behind it. Why guys are doing this. And the reason behind it is also simple, very simple. What is it? She's pretty. She's hot. She's busty. She has a banging face. Smoking hot face. She got some 32 double D's. And also, little does she know that this is going to fade after the age of 25, 24, 26. So she thinks in her little bird brain head that she's going to forever keep getting this sponsorship for her life. So when you add the first scenario where she's getting everything she wants, plus the second mindset that, oh, I'm going to get this for the rest of my life, what do you think is happening in her psychology? She's becoming very, very, very narcissistic. She thinks the world owes her something just because she exists. She feels entitled to a guy's date, to a guy's money, just because she's giving him her time. Do you know what that's equivalent to? It's equivalent to an escort, to a hooker, to a prostitute, if you look at it in that sense, right? But we're socially conditioned as men to think that this is how it's supposed to be. Women are the prize, we're supposed to be chasing after them. And social conditioning has made women think that we are the prize, we deserve a good man, we deserve good things out of life. You don't deserve shit. Reality is very different from social conditioning and what they're teaching you in school. The world and life does not care at all about your feelings and what you think you deserve. It's a very cold world out here. For those of you guys who have never even been outside of the United States and the West, People out there are dying for food. Even at this very second that I'm making this video and I'm talking to you guys, somebody out there is dying for food. And you want to sit here and tell me you deserve something just the sole fact of you having a vagina? How stupid do you have to be to think like that? This is why we always say women cannot think for themselves. They need to have other people think for them. This is why you'll see that they can never get this through their thick skull. That, man, I'm really not shit. I'm just another human. I'm just another person. I have the same color blood everybody else has. Yeah, I might be a little bit good looking, but I didn't have any control over that. That's how I was born. So what can I do to make my life better? Instead of sitting around and hoping for the best, hoping that I keep getting this free validation and free resources for the rest of my life. They don't think like that. But I'm here, and other red pill content creators are here on YouTube, on this platform, to teach you guys that type of mindset. What can I do to not feel sorry for myself, to stop feeling sorry for myself and my situation and the hell and about the hand that I was dealt with? What can I do to better that? What you gonna do, bro? Women don't care how good of a person you are. They only care of how good of things you can give her, of how good of emotions you can make her feel. That's it. So as soon as you know what turns the buttons on for her, it's like cake. It's like that easy to get what you want out of them. But since social conditioning has been different for men and women, men have gone after women and chased women for decades now. Back in the days when women were actually not as promiscuous as they are now, it made sense to spend a little bit more time and energy and effort into her because she's probably a virgin. Chances of her being a virgin were very high back then. So you're probably getting a good deal. But what are you getting now? Washed up, used up vaginas. And you're telling me you still wanna use the same process that you did back then of chasing after these chicks? When she's not even worth it? But since enough men cannot wake up to this new information, to this new era's knowledge, to red pill, we have beta simps and beta cucks messing up the entire game for everybody else. Which is why the idea that women have, that they're the prize, still hasn't changed. Unless we men wake up as a whole and get united and tell ourselves that we're going to stop simping, that we're going to hold these women accountable, that we're not going to be dealing with disrespect and bullcrap, that when she says, oh, I don't know, we'll see about next week when you ask her out to hang out, and you walk away from it, unless none of that's happening, it's not going to change. Because feminism is out here empowering women to go and sleep with more men. So let them do that, fellas. Let them do that. But don't simp. And don't be their savior when they're done doing all that and try to come back to you. Telling you, oh, I'm ready to settle down. Where were you 10 years ago? Where were you 10 years ago? And 150 body counts before. A lot of these chicks have triple digits body counts, fellas. A lot of them. This girl I slept with a while back, I asked her what her body count was. Sorry, she asked me what my body count was. I told her it's in the triple digits. I didn't want to tell her the exact number. And then I said, what's yours? She said, oh, I don't know. I stopped counting after a few months ago when it was around 55. She's 21 years old. And she stopped counting after 55, which was a few months ago. And this happened last year. What does that tell you, fellas? And I live in the Midwest. So it gets only worse in the bigger cities, in the coasts. She's not yours, fellas. It's just your turn. Don't let this woman fool you around. Don't let this woman toy with you. Unless we men wake up, as I was saying, unless we men wake up as a whole, you can sit there and cry and bitch and moan all day long, but this game is not gonna change. You want to make a change? Start from within yourself. Make a YouTube channel. We need more and more red pill content creators waking up. Start making videos. Post a video every single day. Reach out to more and more men. I know for a fact I have waken up at least 5 guys from my channel already. My videos don't get a whole lot of views, and that's fine. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm doing it because I care about you guys. I'm doing it because I was sick and tired of seeing these chicks acting like this. And I was a Tyrone type of dude, fellas. I was banging out 40, 50 chicks a year. Now, obviously, those chicks were not 8s, 9s, and 10s. They were 7s and below. So low quality women, yes, I'll give you that. Those are Tinder hookups. That's all they were. So don't sit there and feel bad about yourself that, oh, Zeke can do it. What's wrong with me? And I'm not a guy who's a 6 in a scale, right? Women usually see me as a 7 or an above because I took care of my body. Before I was hitting the gym and took care of myself, I wasn't getting these, even these Tinder hookups, I wasn't getting those either. So I self-improved, then I started banging out these 49ers and 6s and 7s. Yes, I smashed some dimes, but those are few and far between. I'll give it to you straight up, fellas. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the change comes from within yourself, fellas. I told myself, you know what? I'm done. I'm done smashing these type of girls. I need to have self-respect for my own self. I need to stop. Every time I gave myself away to a new girl and she wasn't that good looking and she wasn't up to my standard, I told myself, man, I'm damaging my mental health by sleeping with these no good, low quality chicks. I'm subconsciously telling myself that's the best I can do. It's very mentally detrimental to you. Stop doing it, because and this gives validation to these low quality chicks, low hanging fruits. They think, oh, a guy who's a couple numbers above in the scale is coming out and banging me out, so I must be something. I must have value. This is how I was messing up the game, but I stopped, and I want you guys to stop as well. Fellas, yes, it's a dirty game. Yes, it's a rigged game. Yes, she feels entitled to everything you do for her, and she thinks you deserve all of it. Just the fact of her being pretty and being a woman. But what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna sit there and cry like a little baby? Are you actually going to do something about it? The girl whose number you just got this week, you texted her, she hasn't responded yet, and you're telling yourself, you know what, I'm gonna hit her up next week again. Why? Why haven't you deleted her number yet? The girl who you asked out on a date last week, she said, oh, I don't know, maybe we'll see. You're contemplating on asking her out again this week. Because last week she told you, oh, I'm busy this week. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm really busy this week. So you're giving her time and you're asking her out again. Why? Why haven't you left her on red and walked away? We cannot win this game, fellas. Hear me out. Hear this part out. We cannot win this game unless we stop playing it. The rules are not in our favor of this game. The referee is very biased. The referee, who's the referee? The referee is the court system. The referee is the society. The referee is your parents. That's why they tell us to do everything for them, for women, but in return, we still don't get anything. And they said this is how it's supposed to be. The rules are not in our favor. At the same time, they're empowering them to go out and be hoes and live their life, but it's our responsibility still at the end of the day to save her. Are you out of your freaking mind? So we need to stop playing this game first. Especially when we're not at the level in our life where we want to be. Once you get to the level of success, now the rules are in your favor. You have the chips, you control the game. Because now she's replaceable like that. Because you're more attractive to a lot of other women. And she knows that. But when you don't have jack shit, she knows she's the prize because she has a lot more options than you. So stop broke dating, stop catcalling, stop cold approaching. If you get choosing signals from a girl anywhere and you're on your purpose, you're not to the level of where you want to be in life yet, but you get choosing signals here and there, yeah, go talk to him, this, that, and the other. It's not that serious. But overall, I talked about this before too, fellas. Have your standards high up. Only approach 8s, 9s, and 10s. Leave 7s and everything below. Oh, just leave them alone. Leave everything 7 and below alone. Only mess with 8s, 9s, and 10s. The reason behind that is because most of these girls are not 8s, 9s, and 10s. So when you stop approaching and stop messing around with anything below an 8, these girls are not even going to have the chance and opportunity to be hoes anymore. Then they're going to be thinking, man, what's going on? Why aren't dudes liking my pictures? Why aren't dudes matching with me? Why aren't dudes hitting me up? And then they'll start to wake up. Start making these more and more red pill content. We need more content creators like this because it's just a matter of time YouTube shuts us down. But if enough people wakes up from the silent majority, how many of us are they going to shut down? This is why she feels entitled. Hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video to your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.